So let's talk about the real reason why Microsoft wants to buy Activision Blizzard and King. Let's look into this. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So let's talk about the Xbox Activision deal again. Now we are still waiting for federal judge decision on the preliminary injunction, and yeah, we were all expecting this decision to be made like yesterday, maybe today, but that still hasn't happened, so hopefully that's going to be tomorrow. But today I want to talk about the real reason why Microsoft is purchasing or is trying to purchase Activision Blizzard King. And I know that especially Sony fanboys and Sony fans in general focus on Call of Duty on PlayStation, but you know what, that's not really the real reason. I mean, because a lot of people say that the market on PlayStation is so huge that it's all about PlayStation. And you know what, yes, it's part of it, obviously. I mean, Activision makes like $800 million off of PlayStation, and Call of Duty. But the real reason why Microsoft wants to buy Activision Blizzard King and why they are going through all these hoops and trouble is the mobile market. Now, you are looking at a tweet by Derek Strickland, and he's actually pretty good with some data, and he works for Twixtown and stuff. And he's been following the Xbox Activision acquisition quite closely. And he actually got some interesting data. And actually that data is the source of this information is, are actually documents that leaked out from that court case, right? FTC court case. And what we're actually seeing over here is very interesting because a lot of people focus on, how big Call of Duty is on PlayStation, and, how they've got this deal, and because PlayStation is a market leader and stuff. But if you actually look at the users, they are not. They are actually in third place. Obviously, Xbox is at the end, like fourth place. But I did not even know that mobile is so huge. I mean, first off, let's talk about PC. I mean, everyone screams once for a while that PC is dying, PC is too expensive, PC is this and that, but looks like PC is doing pretty good. PC actually is, well, it's more than PlayStation and Xbox combined, right? I mean, that's obviously that's very telling. It just goes to show how PC market is big, right? But this is just still a PC is even pale in comparison to mobile. 51% of all Call of Duty daily active users is from mobile. I knew that Call of Duty is on mobile, but I didn't know that it was so big. So really, the big play is obviously all about the mobile. I mean, it's not all about it, but the main reason is obviously the mobile. And it's not only about Call of Duty on mobile. That's why in the intro I did say Activision Blizzard and King. So obviously King is actually part of it as well. But obviously Blizzard, they've got some mobile presence there too, with Diablo and stuff, right? Probably even more. So generally speaking, when it comes to Activision Blizzard and King, they all have pretty strong mobile presence. And really that's where Microsoft wants to go. I'm not saying that they want to ditch consoles or PC. Obviously, that's not really going to happen. But they want to expand. They want to. I mean, the whole talk about 3 billion gamers, reaching 3 billion gamers from Phil Spencer and Satya Nadella. It's all about mobile gamers, right? And I'm not saying that Call of Duty will make that happen. And realistically speaking, it's almost impossible to reach all 3 billion. The fact that there's 3 billion gamers doesn't necessarily mean that Xbox will be able to reach them all. But maybe part of it probably, for sure, right? So, I think it was more about that talk was more about the whole argument was more about the fact that there's 3 billion gamers, right? And we need to reach out to them. But, who's going to reply to the call? That's another story, right? But yeah, mobile market is actually quite difficult too, because there's been so many different companies that did try their luck there. But even looking at my kids, I've got a son, just one kid, one child, but his friends and stuff, I play on PC and consoles, so it was kind of natural for my son to actually play on consoles too, because he kind of repeats what I do to a degree. But a lot of his friends, they actually play more on PC and mobile. Actually, mobile is the main gaming platform. So games you can play Roblox on a mobile, like Brawl Stars. I think there's a game like that. In a couple of other games, I forgot because I don't play them. But the fact of the matter is that when I grew up, we had computers available, consoles available, but not mobile phones available for gaming, right? While with my kid, for example, it's going to be very natural for them to actually use mobile for gaming. I don't necessarily like playing on a phone. I just prefer a mouse and keyboard or a gamepad, right? But hey, for them, that comes natural, really, right? So, and this is the future. Whether you like it or not, whether I like it or not. I don't care about cloud. I don't care about mobile and gaming on mobile, but for them kids, that's totally different. That's going to be different. And what Microsoft is trying to do, they are trying to invest right now to reach, kids in the future, or even right now to a degree, right? So, this is the big play here, and that's why Microsoft is willing to spend all that money on all these lawyers and stuff, and go through all the hoops. The whole process, Activision Blizzard King acquisition is not cheap. I don't know how much they spend already, but I'm sure they spend a lot on lawyers and all kinds of stuff, all the flights and wasted. Not wasted time, but all these CEOs are focusing on that deal big time, right? And that costs money too. Time is money, if you know what I mean. So yeah, that's the big play here, and that's why Microsoft is even prepared to kind of sacrifice the UK market to actually get that deal done, or any fines that could potentially come towards Microsoft from UK if they close the deal. If they avoid that preliminary injunction in US, of course, right? So this is the big play. If that judge will decide that there's no reason to block this deal, there's no reason to issue the preliminary injunction, then Microsoft will probably close the deal. I don't want to say next day, but you know what? It's July 6th. And Microsoft has 12 days, actually probably even less now, because it's end of the day here in Poland, to actually close the deal. Otherwise, there's going to be some complications, because they have to close the deal. Otherwise, they will have to pay $3 billion to Activision and all that kind of stuff. And who knows, maybe Activision will decide to just walk away from that deal if they don't close it, right? So that's a real possibility. So if the judge says, if the judge says no issues with that deal, I'm not going to issue the preliminary injunction. FTC can bugger off. If she says that, then Microsoft will probably close the deal. Within next couple of days, but we'll see how that goes. But anyway, guys, that's the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comment section below. By the way, I've been posting some Xbox Series S gameplays. I hope you like it. Share the video on social media. That always helps a lot. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I will see you all in the next one. Take care.